Sanjeev is just coming back from Chennai. What's the sense that you got from the ground? And do you believe that victory tomorrow is imperative for the survival of Karunanidhi Incorporated?
Can I be shameless enough to have my little say on Bengal first?
Yes, please.
Because I was there last week in West Midnapur, which Sopan was referring to. I was hearing to Professor Gupta saying what he was saying about, it's strange that when he talks about health, he talks about education, he talks about CPM not able to fulfill the aspirations of people. These are the problems that Mamta will inherit after 3.5 decades of left rule. How is she expected to solve them overnight? So that one thing one has to grant her that, that little bit of honeymoon period. The other thing is, we went to Singur. Everybody we spoke to, and you know how everybody we spoke to means nothing in some ways. When journalists spoke to they speak to everyone, they speak to a few people. But everybody whom we spoke to actually said that they were favored of an industry coming in there. But at the same time, they were also very, very emphatic on they'll only do what Mamta tells them. So it's a strange contrast. So I think once Mamta comes to power, maybe she'll just review her decisions on land acquisition on Chennai very quickly. I think corruption is an issue there. And I think people they actually now have started having a little bit of fun at the expense of, with no offense meant and with all respects, at the DMK patriarch's 53-member family, 3 wives, more of others, so many of, family going around. And last thing is, how is a Stalin inheritance any different from a Rahul Gandhi inheritance or a Allagiri or a Konimozi? And how are they any different? Really beats me. Maybe they made more money, more with more speed.
I want to go across to Chennai at this time. From Chennai, I'm joined by our correspondent, Priyamvada. Priyamvada, Jayalalitha was thrilled at the beginning when all the opinion polls said that she's getting a huge thumping majority. Then the post-poll surveys came out, and it seemed at that time, Priyamvada, that the majority is coming down quite a lot. You're outside. Okay, I'm going to go across to Priyamvada in just a bit. But how is her mood changing? I'm going to ask Priyamvada that question, but till then Paranjay wants to come.
I want to also give my little two-bit in on Bengal and on the issue of corruption. You know what Jyotirmoy pointed out, one of the biggest achievements of the left front has been communal harmony. And mind you, the Muslim population in West Bengal is huge. It went up from 24% in 2001 to 27% in 2011. I mean, so more than a fourth of that state's population are Muslim. Now, if the Muslim population decisively goes against the CPM, that's bad news for them. But having said that, this whole issue about tensions, I won't use the word violence, but I do see a huge amount of turmoil and unrest in the state in the foreseeable future. I don't have the wisdom of your correspondent who knows exactly who's getting which portfolio when. He already knows who's forming the government, who's getting the portfolio. But 1 minute, 1 minute. The issue of corruption, Mamta hasn't been absolutely free of that thing. Her own MP KD Singh was found with, nothing, pocket money worth 55 lakh rupees in Delhi airport. And he says, no, actually, this is my business, this is what I used to pay. And he was let off. But this whole issue of corruption, and here I agree with what Krishna Anand was saying, we can't really fool all the people all the time. They not only distinguish between the more corrupt and the less corrupt, the corrupt and efficient and the corrupt and inefficient, the scales of corruption. And what is worse, Karunanidhi with his wives and children, or Jayalalitha, Sasikala's nephews and nieces, the scales of corruption.